My name's Lane Adams, and I'm so glad you're here with us, either live or in the recording, watching the recording. And I'm hoping that this is helpful to you, even if you've learned one or two things. This topic of detoxing your life is complex. And the more I get into it, the more I'm realizing really how complex and how much we don't really know. So we need to do what we do know and just do the best we can moving forward. The title of our discussion tonight is Clean It Up, Detox Your Life. So that could mean a lot of things. It could mean like detox when we talk about health, which is mostly what we're talking about, but it could be your space. Because as I was doing this detox stuff, I started thinking about my space and how it needs to be detoxed. And it's kind of like our life. If we don't just consistently detox even little bits at a time, then things start spilling over into other areas. And that's the same with our health and in our space. So, like my main room might look fine, but if it's messy and people are coming over, I'll just go put stuff in the back room or the office. And pretty soon those start getting so full of stuff that they spill over into other areas. And that's kind of how it is with our health. If we don't just detox regularly, little bits at a time, and feel like it's something we can succeed at, then we're going to find we have a big mess. So we're going to do the best we can to learn some ways to do that. You can also think about detoxing your relationships and your emotional environment, but we are going to focus more on the health aspect and how our essential oils and natural products support our bodies in the natural process of detox. It sounds very dramatic, I'm doing a detox. We're going to try to take away some of that energy around that. So what are toxins? Toxins are really any substance that places undue stress on your body. So any substance could be toxic if it's causing stress on your body. Some things are obvious toxins, okay? But for some people, something might be toxic and it may not be for someone else. And that's true if you look in the animal kingdom. Certain plants are toxic for cats, but they're not for dogs, or, that sort of thing. So it is true that some things are toxins to some and not to others. So that's something to pay attention to. Any substance that places undue stress on the body, and then the total of the accumulated toxin or whatever it is in your body and the burden it places on your organs is considered your toxic load. So if it's accumulating and then it's creating a burden on your organs, then that is your toxic load. How heavy is that toxic load? How much burden is it placing, whatever this toxin is, or these toxins, how much burden are they placing on your organs? We know that toxins are a part of life, and the good news is our body is equipped to deal with toxins through our detoxification pathways. So we think of the obvious ones, eliminating when we go to the bathroom, but also through our skin when we're sweating. That's a way to detoxify. And even any skin issues that you have, it could be things are trying to get out through your skin, because things get in through our skin and things get out through our skin. Also through our breathing. When we breathe, we are getting rid of toxins, but we can also take them in as well. So that's just something to think about. And then our detoxifying organs. Our kidneys, our liver, and even our lungs are part of the respiratory system. That's an organ. So they're all part of our detoxification system. And these pathways are how we get toxins out of our body. When the load is light and our pathways are working properly, then things usually are functioning pretty well. But when they're overloaded, that's when the problems begin. So you can see this in your car, with the engine in your car. And that's why we have to change our oil and change the oil filter, the air filter in your dryer, your dryer little lint thing. When it gets full and air can't move through, then your dryer may not be drying efficiently. It also could catch on fire. There's lots of things that can happen when we don't take time to clean things out. So I like to think of this for us as not being overwhelming, but just doing it on the daily as best we can. Toxic overloads can impact our metabolism, our immunity, our elimination of waste. They can impact our absorption of nutrients. So if we have a heavy toxic load and overload, we might not be absorbing nutrients that we're eating. we're putting in our body. It can impact the production of brain chemicals and can impact reproduction, circulation, respiration. All of these things can be affected when our toxic load is too heavy for our body. Toxins can compromise hydration, show up as acne, lack of energy, brain fog, and discomfort, and even poor mood. So all of these things are how a toxic overload might show up. We need to broaden our definition of toxins and just understand that it's anything that causes undue stress on the body. What about heavy metals? The term heavy metal refers to any metallic chemical element that has a relatively high density and is toxic or poisonous at low concentrations. There's lots of different heavy metals in our environment. And some of them, like zinc and copper and iron, are actually good for us in small amounts. So we want to just keep an eye out for that sort of thing if you truly had a very serious heavy metal exposure and toxicity in your body. But you would know. So there's tests for that, and that's beyond the scope of what we're talking about. Although some of the things I'm going to mention are things that can help move these out of the body if you're not already overloaded, and also avoid in our daily life. I'm sure you've heard of the word chelation, and that is when metals bind to certain things and they move out of the body. And that's what some of our products that I'm going to share tonight do, and also some of our oils will do that. Will help the metals in our body and other toxins grab on, hang on, and then move out through the detoxification pathways. So most of the toxins that we're exposed to, including heavy metals, we are wanting to rid of our body on a simple, consistent kind of daily effort and more just naturally. We're not talking about the situation where you may require medical care. First, let's talk about some ways to reduce toxins. Here's 5 different ways to reduce toxins, and there's plenty more. But you can switch out your cleaning products. There are a lot of toxins in your standard cleaning products. And a lot of the testing they've done with toxicity or toxic load, women tend to have higher levels because they're using cleaning products more often in our homes. You know, we might be cleaning. And so if we're using some of the cleaning products that are out there, there's a lot of toxins in those, and we breathe them in. We've all remember the days when we used to clean our bathrooms with bleach or ammonia. It was very powerful. I can almost smell it now. And it was like, don't be in a closed room and get out of the room when you use it. And you had to make sure you weren't breathing it in because those are toxins coming in through the respiratory pathway. Then you could wear gloves if you don't want to absorb it. But oftentimes I'm so busy when I'm cleaning, I'll be honest, I don't always wear gloves. So especially now I don't because my cleaning products are pure. But so switching out your cleaning products, instead of using products that are toxic, just don't expose your body to it. One less toxin to worry about, switch out your cleaning products. We know that vinegar and baking soda and even borax is a natural product. And there are plenty of other things that you can use, and lemon. And then also doTERRA has tons of ways for us to switch out our cleaning products. The On Guard line and the Abode line both are great for cleaning. So let's switch those out. That's an easy one. Clear the air. This is air that's in your home or your car or your office space. Of course, we can't clear the air everywhere we go, but we can do it in our homes and in our office space and things like that. Research suggests that inside of a house can often be worse, the air quality, than outside. And the reason is, number one, could be our cleaning products. Number two, if we're using fragrant things like plug-ins and candles and dryer sheets and all the things. And then also our carpets and our furniture. When you buy new carpet and new furniture, and you can smell it. You actually can smell it when it's new. And that is because it is off-gassing. And that can be in our homes. Now, we're not buying new furniture and carpets all the time, but it is something to just consider. So just consider it when you can, that is something that could impact the air in your home. So if you had new carpet or if you had new furniture, you might want to open the windows, make sure you're airing out your space. So you're not taking in the toxins and now your body has to do something with it. So clearing the air in that way is a way to reduce toxins, and also diffusing instead of using candles and plug-ins. So we have our oils to diffuse. You can make room sprays, all of those things. The next one is over here is minimizing processed foods. That's a great way to reduce your exposure to toxins. When we go out to eat, we're going to have some toxins in our food. And there's times we are going to need the just convenience of something pre-made or whatever. But if we can make our own food most times, that is the better option. And you're going to reduce your exposure to toxins. Then using non-toxic personal care products. That's a simple one to incorporate as well. And that's actually a really fun one, I think, because I enjoy all of the amazing products that doTERRA has for our skin, for our hair, deodorant, lotion, all the things. So swap those out, because when you're putting things on your body, you are also putting them in your body. So no need to add more toxins and fill that toxic bucket up with something that you could use that's amazing from our doTERRA personal care products. And that we're not teaching on those tonight, but it's just something to consider. You can do this even if you're not using doTERRA yet. You can look at what you're putting on your body and consider what's in that. And then the last one, this is probably my hardest one. So take a look at these, like what's hardest thing for you. Some people it might be processed foods. That's hard because they order out a lot, or they're buying, they don't like to cook, all those kinds of things. For me, using glass and other safe food containers. I've incorporated a lot more glass in my kitchen as far as containers of food, and we've gotten rid of our plastic water bottles, and we use our stainless steel or glass water bottles. But I'll admit, I still do have, some plastic food containers, and I'm hoping they're the safe ones. That's the best I can do. And I don't microwave them or anything like that. But I think just being aware. So when I can get glass, I do. And just slowly reducing that. Again, our body can handle some toxins. So we're going to kind of choose what those are instead of just letting everything overtake us, fill up all of our buckets or all of our extra rooms, and then we have nowhere for any of the stuff to go, and then we start having health problems. So those are some of the ways to reduce toxins. Some foods that you eat, I just want to go back to the foods really quick, can help you detoxify by getting rid of even heavy metals from your body. And these foods, these are specific foods, I'm going to give you a few of them, that bind to the metals and remove them in the digestive process. So here's some foods to include. Some are easy to include and some are not. So cilantro is something that's really great for detoxifying. You can throw that in all kinds of things. Garlic, that's an easy one. I love garlic in just about everything. Wild blueberries, lemon in your water, curry, green tea, tomatoes, and then spirulina. That's a hard one to incorporate into daily life, but you could look it up and look up some things if you wanted to add it to a smoothie or whatever, yogurt. And then probiotics help with detoxification. And then one of the things I learned as I was doing this study is that supplementation is important, not just because it's providing nutrients to your body, but when your body has the nutrients it needs and it is supported, it is going to more readily release toxins. So think about it, like if your body is hanging on to everything because it's not supported with supplementation, you're not getting enough nutrients in your food, whatever. So it's going to hang on to everything. It's not going to let go of anything. It's not going to let go of weight. It's not going to let go of toxins. And a lot of our toxins are stored in our fat tissue in our body because that's what our liver does. It'll send it to the fat tissue to go ahead and keep its toxins away from our organs. So if we don't have the nutrients we need in our body, then our body is not going to release the fat or release the toxins because it's holding on, because it's hungry for nutrients. So supplementation is super important. And doTERRA has a lot of great ways to provide that to our bodies. So we don't want to forget about our oils. We're going to start simple. This is a way, what I'm talking about is a way for you to daily just practice detoxifying, adding things to your daily habits that are going to help you detoxify. I want to encourage you to start simple. 1 to 2 drops of an oil in a capsule or in a shot glass of water is going to be great. We have our veggie capsules. If you can't stand the flavor of something, we've learned, just get a little shot glass. So start simple with our oils. We don't want to forget about our oils. This is such a simple way to add detoxification to your body. The best way to do it is to have them out where you'll use them. So pick a couple of them, and maybe 1 week you go, I'm going to target them this and this. These are the top solutions for the single oils. Grapefruit and lemon are both antioxidants, and they're just going to be, and tangerine, they're going to be great as detoxifiers because they're citrus oils, and that's what citrus oils do. They clean up the mess. They just go in and they clean up and they make everything bright and shiny and move it out of the body. So in a little shot glass of water, or with those, you could put them in your large water bottle and enjoy them all day long. And those are going to be great. Lemongrass. Now that one, I personally would not want it in my water bottle all day long. You might, but I don't. So for me, I'm going to put my lemongrass in just a little shot glass of water. Lemongrass is a little hot, so if it's on your lips, just shoot it back. So get your lemongrass and maybe celery seed. I put celery seed in my smoothie, but celery seed is really good. So let's see. Lemongrass is going to decongest any system and cell of the body. So it's a powerful decongestant for your organs, for your system. Celery seed is a blood and liver detoxifier. It's also a digestive stimulator. And if our digestive system is moving, we're going to be moving things out of the body. So pick one of those and, maybe do that for a week and then rotate to another one, however you want to do it, even 3 days, whatever, and then rotate to another one. Cilantro is a heavy metal detoxifier, and it provides liver and kidney support. So cilantro is a really great one. Again, shot glass of water. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. You can make a roller and roll it over your liver. So that one is heavy metal, liver and kidney support. And then clove is a powerful antioxidant, and it's a blood and cellular cleanser. So clove is blood and cellular cleanser. So think about it. If you rotated 1 or 2 of these every 3 to 5 days or every week, just had them out with a little shot glass of water, or, our citrus oils we can do all day long in our water bottles. But that would be a great way to just daily add detoxification to your routine. And then we're going to talk quickly about the blends. Air X is one of our blends that people may not realize you can take it internally. It's great for the respiratory system, but it's also really good to detox lymph and detoxing your blood and your gut. 1 to 2 drops in a capsule or a shot glass of water. Then our DDR Prime, it comes in a soft gel, but it also comes as an oil. And this one is great to detox the lymph. It detoxes cells, the gut, and the brain. Wow. Okay. So who doesn't want to do that? And then your MetaPower blend is going to detox fat. So it's going to pull things out of the fat, pull toxins out, and break it down, get it out of the body, liver and gallbladder, MetaPower blend. And then the Zendocrine blend is a great detox for the liver, the gallbladder. Oh my goodness, listen to all these. Liver, gallbladder, gut, kidneys, lungs, and skin. So Zendocrine, it kind of handles all of them. Get a little bit of variety in what you expose your body to, and it's going to help your body release some of the things that are hanging out that maybe shouldn't be there. All right. What next? Then we're going to clean up our diet, and we're going to provide it with proper nutrients and gut support. Remember, I said, if your body has the proper nutrients, if it has the proper nutrients and gut support, it's going to release those toxins. If it doesn't, it's going to hang on. We're going to look at our cleanse and restore kit quickly when we're finished, which is going to show you kind of all of that. Cleaning up your diet is just something, we all know what we need to eat and what we don't need to eat. And we're going to still sometimes have a treat. Of course we are. But just take a look at what you're putting in your body and weigh it out and say, what did I have today? Oh my goodness, I didn't have one vegetable today. Let's find one and eat it. Like, just have one, go grab something and eat it. So, think about those things and think about what you're putting in your body. And then use the detox tools that you have, which are the things I just mentioned to you, like the tangerine and the lemon and the grapefruit or the zendocrine. And I'm going to show you some other detox tools. All right. And then the bonus would be to supercharge your cleanse with DDR Prime. We can do the soft gels or the oil, like I shared before, and you can do 5 drops in a capsule or 2 soft gels twice a day if you want to really supercharge that cleanse. So that's with the DDR Prime. We want to give our body energy. Again, when we give it what it needs, it'll release what it doesn't need. And so we don't want our body or our system to feel deprived. So the Mito 2 Max is amazing, and you're going to get extra energy support. Sometimes when people are changing their diet, they get a little like, they kind of feel low energy and fatigue. And some of that might just be emotionally because we're having to make lots of changes and decisions. So let's support our body with the Mito 2 Max during that time. Also, any kind of massage or topical application of oils, the aroma touch technique, if you know someone that is able to give it, or a symphony of cells technique, those are great ways to help move the fluids through the body, and that will help release toxins, as well as applying oils topically to our body is great. And then target your emotions. So you could look in the Essential Emotions book or even ask on one of our groups, and we could look it up for you if you don't have the book or the app. But if there are toxic emotions that you're hanging on to and they're causing undue stress on your body and weighing you down, then maybe start to target those with some of the oils that might help you move through those. All right. So when we look at our products, there's a lot of products that would support detoxification. One of the ones I wanted to mention is the mud mask. The mud mask is great to apply on your armpits and on your low back to release heavy metals from the kidneys. So your armpits from lymph and your low back to release heavy metals from the kidneys. You just apply it, let it do its thing, dry, and then you would shower and take it off. You could do this for 10 days. And if you want to bump it up a little bit, you would add 2 drops of coriander and lemon to the mud mask and then apply it under the armpits and then over low back for kidneys. So that is a great detox tip. So I just put the coconut oil up there to just remind you that oil pulling is a great way to detoxify. You would take about a tablespoon of coconut oil, put a drop or 2 of whatever oil you want. It could be any of the ones we listed, or it could be On Guard or just clove, and swish it around in your mouth. That's called oil pulling. And what's it pulling? It's pulling toxins out of the oral cavity, and then you spit it into the trash. So if you can do it for 15 minutes, hats off to you. It's a long time to just sit and swish around with oil in your mouth, but it's a great thing to do. And sometimes you can work up to that. I put a little bit in the shot glass and then put my oils in it and do it. And then swish around while you're doing some things, getting ready for your day. If you can do it 15 minutes, great. Then just remember, just go ahead and spit it in your trash. You can use the solid coconut oil as well, but that is a little bit harder to get started on. And this is easier, but whatever works best for you. I put a picture of the zendocrine detoxification blend up there because it's just a great oil, but we also have the soft gels over here. And we talked about all of those organs that supports for detoxification. And there's the MetaPower. This is another blend that's so great for detoxifying our cells and the fat in our body, breaking it down and pulling that out of the body as we drink lots of good water. The Cleanse and Restore Kit is a big system that I think I have one more slide that shows the actual Cleanse and Restore routine. But this is the nutrients for your body right here, the Lifelong Vitality. The GX Assist is going to help with candida in the gut. And that you do for like 10 days. We talked about the DDR Prime before. These are the soft gels instead of the oil. And then the Zendocrine Complex is it's not the oil, but it has plant botanicals. Remember how I talked about chelation and binding to the metals and pulling them out of your body. This has plant matter, this detoxification, endocrine detoxification complex, that will grab onto things in your body and system and pull them out. So when you go to the bathroom, out they go. And don't worry, none of these things make you run to the bathroom like super fast. It's not harsh or anything like that. But if you were to do the full thing, you would then get past the GX Assist and go into the PB Restore, which is our pre, pro, and postbiotic, which we need for our gut. Terrazyme is a great digestive enzyme complex that helps break everything down. Again, moving things out of the body. Remember, if we don't move things out, they'll just stay there and pile up. And they'll just continue to pile up. And then they spill over, and then we have our health issues. And then lemon in our water is just always a good idea. You can't go wrong with that. So this isn't anything I would expect you to be able to actually read, but you could print, if you need it, it's on the doTERRA website, and it's the 30-day cleanse. So if you really wanted to go gangbusters, you could do a 30-day cleanse and follow the little pattern of how to take all the things and give your body a great fresh start. I would start with some of the simple ways that I told you originally. And then if you feel like you're up to it, doing a 30-day cleanse isn't a bad idea. Even maybe doing it with some other people who say, hey, I'm going to do the 30-day cleanse. You want to do it? And maybe, once or twice a year, doing this would be amazing. Once a year would be amazing. Twice a year would be even more amazing. So I'm going to go back really quick. So these are some of the probably top products besides the other oils that I mentioned to you that you might want to consider for a cleanse and for detoxing. But this is the whole big cleanse and restore kit that you can buy at a savings on your doTERRA account. If you don't already have a doTERRA account and you want to start simply, we can help you break this down into small, tiny steps to help you detox your life.